Struggling to make real connections even when you try? Following case study will change that. I'm Julian, founder of One Social Life. I coach men to build powerful social circles and real confidence no matter where they are or how quiet they started. This case study of Jay: a year ago, he was stuck working in finance, unsure how to break the ice with strangers, and feeling disconnected from the world around him. But what changed in just a short time after starting with my coaching? Well, if you want the same tools Jay used, my exact conversation frameworks and social momentum system, message me on IG and I send you a free video where I break down everything. What you will hear next isn't some crazy overnight transformation. It's raw, honest progress from awkward starts to newfound confidence, mindset shifts, and small wins that stack up fast. Listen closely because what Jay shares, it might just be the thing that unlocks your next step.
In this 1 week, make a few friends, which is it's like you said, you just approach and make it funny, but interesting at the same time. And most of the time, people are interested to talk to me. And weird, I never really had it. For the past year, I've been trying to, push myself more out of that zone. I feel much better about myself than I did in like a few years ago, in more like practice of talking to people. And my mindset definitely changed and my perspective going on things gave me a bigger view of how to go about a conversation. You're a good coach, I'm not going to lie. You seem like you have a lot of experience with people. It's probably really for you within this 1 week, the 1 week that helped me like make a few friends, especially like a library stuff, which is really, it's like you said, you just approach and you like make it funny, but like interesting at the same time conversation. And most of the time, people are interested to talk to me. It's kind of weird. I never really had it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, first off, yeah, massive respect for, for showing up, pushing actually through, um, and applying at the end, what you learned, because a lot of guys, it's nowadays, unfortunately, just consume content, but never take action. And the coaching was designed that, to bring you to take action, to try out new things. And, yeah, so you are already ahead of most of the people. Um, yeah, I would love to hear further about your experience with my coaching, particularly. How was it now? Or what was it like for you? What was your biggest takeaway or even shift?
well, for me personally, probably would be after like third day. I felt like the first few was pretty easy. Just say hi or like make a little conversation.
Mhm.
That like kind of seemed challenging, so I did it. To one woman after I picked up my little brother, and she was like in her mid like 20s, maybe early 30s. And it was really smooth. I don't know. She just did, but she had a kid. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, don't really want to go that way. But plus, I've been talking to that girl, so it's like I don't really want to hit on women like that. But I did get a guy at the gym the other day, which was nice.
okay.
He was pretty cool, and yeah, I mean, no way, it's really good, like which is crazy. Like a lot of people don't do that nowadays.
Yeah, it's to bring people doing some things. Sometimes it's also like if it's free, some people might not take it too serious, right? So if you um,
Mm.
pay something, you could be more serious. I think it's also a good way to get people in touch with new things, new concepts, and then kind of see, okay, how it helps them. Um, yeah, before you kind of start doing this coaching, what was your biggest struggle? Was it like socializing with people in general, or then talking to women, or what
Me,
was it before?
it would be like talking to like customers because I deal with like financial industry,
Mhm.
which like I follow a script and stuff, but sometimes we just like start talking and I try to like crack a joke or something. Like they be interested, but they mostly want to hear about the like what I do and what would they be like their protection, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like to switch the conversation, but like I lose track. Like I don't lose track, I just lose the thought there where I want to switch the conversation to. So
Mhm.
sometimes I just like completely lose the customer in a way.
Mm. Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
feel like
And it's like the open, do you remember like the open loop technique, questions, kind of, to keep conversations going, to bring the other person to invest more? Did this help in any way?
I mean, it did. Yeah, it did help, but it's just a lot of people, they just want to know if there's like, especially my customers, they just want to know if there's protection, what's involved in the future whenever their assets is like covered, if they're getting any benefits like that. And sometimes I'll like set up another meeting, and then if it's in person, then we'll like go out for like coffee or whatever, and then I'll buy it for them, like in a way to have a gesture, like build a relationship in a way. Then sometimes they just lose interest. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe it could be me talking, or it could be maybe the product. I'm not really sure. So like it's still something to between both.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah, of course, it can be the product at some point, but also, if if you feel somebody is not engaged too much, the bad thing is to do then to ask them a question. Then they need about, and then they, oh shit, uh, need to that always helps, and always like with even like a positive mindset, even if it's like a professional relationship, it's still allowed that you can have some playfulness in your conversation, so that it doesn't come off too serious, because people, they're still people, even if it's like a professional settings, it's still like in some kind of social settings that people are interacting with each other, and the more you can also bring it on a social level and not only like be it professional business, this will also help you in general for your conversation, but also then for your professional conversations.
right. I just feel like I need more experience of talking to people. It's
Mhm.
like, even though I've been in this business for like about half a year or so, like 5 months,
Mhm.
I still need that like connection. 'Cause, I mean, I never really like went out. Like, I do go out, it's not as much like that, and it's just like our 2 or 3 people that I know personally. I would
Mhm.
just like go to the bar, play some pool, like nothing crazy. Like, we don't really interact with people as much as we should. But yeah, I mean, lately for the past year, I've been trying to, like, push myself more out of that zone, which is
Yeah.
good for me. I mean, I feel much better about myself than I did in like a few years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely need more like practice of talking to people. Like that loop, like you mentioned, that does help a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, what do you say, like, change in your mindset or even confidence from, let's say, when the coaching started and maybe now?
You mean like if I like improved in a way?
Yeah, like you should change like your mindset.
Yeah. Well, my mindset definitely changed, and my perspective going on things definitely like gave me a bigger view of how to go about a conversation.
Mhm.
And it helped. But of course, it was free, which was nice.
Yeah.
It's free, but yeah, you're a good coach. I'm not gonna lie. You seem like you have a lot of experience with people. It's probably really easy for you. Somebody, yeah.
I'm still like everybody's still struggling at some point. It's not that everything is perfect, but I'm doing it, let's say, for a longer time. And I know the thing is, I know certain concepts that they work or that I can rely on, even if myself sometimes are stuck. So I know I have like the right tools in that I can use in the moment in order to keep going. But that's everything comes down a lot to practice, like doing things over and over. Out these concepts, being consistent. So that's like a big thing. So no, it's not possible to learn it, let's say, from one day to the other. You need to have the time commitment and then the consistency of actually doing things. So in order to then see the results long term, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. And what?
So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say everything takes time to practice. So I feel like it's a few more months or like maybe practice year, I'll get better.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm still kind of young, but you know,
Yeah.
out there as soon as possible.
Uh-huh. And what's something you learned that you will continue using in your life? Is there anything specific you say, okay, I will just continue doing that?
Uh, for me, it's going out pretty much and trying to meet new people, trying to meet like get the experience out. So I don't be like stuck in one place when I have a decent conversation.
Mhm.
The loop really helps. So I need to practice that more, which is nice.
Uh-huh.
Definitely going to have to.
I think that's already like a huge transformation, especially when you when you don't stuck more in these conversations, you realize you need to take action, you need to go out more, you doing it. And I mean, that's like a shift in just a limited time. So imagine what you can do if you like keep doing it and find more time.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was definitely good.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do in my daily life, and also a lot of people I help, try to encourage everybody to keep pushing through. Yeah. If one question. If you, let's say, if you had to sum up your experience, let's say with me, with the material I provided in maybe 1 or 2 sentences, what would you tell to someone who is thinking about joining next time, or joining my coaching, watching the recordings maybe? What would you tell to someone?
Well, I would definitely, I mean, push them towards it. They're like really antisocial. They just don't have like conversation to keep, whenever they start talking, they're just too afraid to go. And I would definitely recommend them to go, and I wouldn't definitely put out a good word, you know,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely would get something out of this. You're just not scared and you just put yourself through it. You'll just get out of that comfort zone. It's not like you're going to be stuck in it your whole life. You're regardless going to have to get out of it,
Yeah.
Just mind it earlier than ever,
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.